Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial we're going to be talking on how I make this flare jumpsuit you are watching on the screen right now. So in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how I cut and sew it from beginning to the end. So if today is the first time of watching my YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and please don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I posted a video. This jumpsuit you are watching on the screen right now does not have any side joining, and this is the fabric I use. I use 2.5 yards of sample material. So the length that I use for this tutorial is the length of 54, the bust measurement of 35, the waist measurement of 28, and the half length of 15.5, with the hip measurement of 36, with the neck measurement of 14. Because the style we sew is a turtleneck, so we need the neck measurement as well, and the laps of 23, which is very important, and the shoulder measurement of 14.5. Shoulder measurement of, so these are the measurements we use for this tutorial that you're going to be watching one after the other. So in this tutorial, to get my crush, I'll be using 23 divided, the laps divided by 2. That is what I use for this tutorial. I already folded the fabric into bias. This is it. I already folded the fabric in bias. And we said the person waist measurement is 28. 28 divided by 4 will give us 7. Yes, 28 divided by 4 will give us 7. This is 7. Then I'm going to plus 1.5 inches because of sewing allowance and stuff like that. So I added 1.5 to the measurement. You can add 1 inches to the measurement since there is no side joining. You understand? But I use 1.5 in case of incasity. Then for the crush, like I said earlier, I said I'm going to be using the person laps measurement. The person laps measurement divided by 2. My laps is 23. 23 divided by 2 will give us 11.5. So I'm going to be using that 11.5 for the crush. 11.5. That is what I'm going to be using for the crush. Then I'm going to measure the same 11.5 at this end as well. So I'll be using 11.5. So this is my 11.5 here as well. 11.5. Then I'm going to let me roll it. I'll roll it out. After rolling it out, I'm going to connect from the waistline to the crush side. Yes, I'm going to connect it like this. I'm going to connect it together like this. I hope you are getting it. If there's anything you don't understand in this tutorial, you are free to ask questions. So let me just rule it out very well. So maybe I'm going to use chalk so that the crush side will show very well. So you're going to connect it from your waist measurement to your crush. Then the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut it out. I'm going to cut it out, but before that, let me take out the length measurement. We said that length is 54 plus 1 inches. Then we are going to cut it out. So this is it after cutting it out. The next thing we are going to do now is to cut the back bodice. And for the back bodice, I'm going to add just 1 inches. That 1 inches is for the zip allowance. That is all I'm going to add to the back bodice. I'm not going to add anything extra for the back bodice. Just the zip allowance, which is 1 inches. That is all I'm going to add to this. Can you see that? I'm just like going to cut it out and see. So to the crotch side, you are not adding anything. Like maybe you want to add anything to the crotch side, you don't need anything. Just cut it exactly the same way you cut the front. Cut it out same way. You understand? So let's just cut it out. So this is it after cutting everything out. This is what we have. This is what we have. So the next thing we are going to do now is, by the time we want to sew it, we are going to take one piece. We are going to take back and front together and join the, we are going to join the crotch side. So that is for the down part. So I'll be showing you how I'm going to like join it one after the other in the sewing tutorial. I'll be showing you how I'm going to do it one after the other. So now the next thing we are going to do now is for the half length. For the half length measurement, I already cut it out. So the next thing I'm going to just do is to take out the neckline, the shoulder measurement, the armhole, the bust measurement, and so on and so forth. So like I said earlier, if today is the first time, please don't forget to subscribe. So I already added my 1 inches to the back body measurement for the seam allowance, just like I did for the down part as well. So we said our half length is 15.5. This is 15.5. Then I added 1 inches to the half length measurement. Half inches is going to go for the joining, the waistline, and the joining, and half inch for the joining at the shoulder part. Our shoulder measurement is 14.5. 14.5 divided by 2 will give us 7 1/4. So let's chalk out our 7 1/4 right now. So then I will add our half inch sewing allowance. So we are going to repeat the same thing for this side as well. So we're going to give us, so we are going to repeat the same thing here as well. This is what we have. Now let's chalk out our can you see that? So now to our neckline. We said the neckline is turtleneck, right? So I'm going to like use 2 inches for the wideness, and then for the depth I will use 2 inches by 1 inches. 2 by 1 for the back neckline. Then for the front neckline, I'll be using the same 2 by 2.5. Then I'm going to like measure it. We said the person neckline is 14, right? So what do we have here? So I think it's complete. Yes, if we had the front and the back together, this will give us that. Just to give me that exact 14. You are not going to cut exact 14. If you have 13 you are good to go. Yes, because by the time you sew it, it will give you exactly what you want. I hope you understand. So that is for the neckline. Let's cut it out now. Let's cut the neckline out. This is the back neckline. When you want to cut it, don't do mistake and cut it together. So this is for the front and the shoulder. This is the shoulder and our sleeve, our arm rather. That is that about that. The next thing we are going to do now is to take out our waist, our bust measurements. Our bust is 35. 35 divided by 4 will give us 8.5 1/4. 8.5 1/4 will give us 35. This is 35 plus 2 inches plus 2 inches. Now to our waistline. We said our waist measurement is 28. 28 divided by 4 will give us 7. 28 divided by 4 will give us 7, plus our 2 inch as well. 2 inch for sewing allowance. Then we are going to like connect it together and cut it out. So that is what we have. That is for this part now. Now this is the pieces for the turtleneck. So the next thing we are going to do now, we are on the machine. We are done cutting our fabric. We are done cutting our fabric. And this is what we have. So I'm going to take the back and front for the down piece, the crush. So I'm going to sew it. This is the crotch side I'm sewing right now. So I already take the one side in the front and one side in the back. So I'm going to like join it together. Can you see that? The crotch, the next thing you are going to secure now is from the leg part to the crotch. That is the middle part of the fabric. This is all for the down part. So you are going to like sew it together. Can you see that? You are going to sew it from one end, from one leg to the other leg. You are going to be sewing it together. Can you see that? So you're just going to like sew it together. This is what we have. Can you see that? So this is what we have after sewing it, after sewing everything together. So the next thing we are going to do now is to sew the down parts. You understand? We are going to sew the down part, but before that, let's use ribbon to turn. Let's sew the half length. So the half length, the first thing you are going to do on this half length is to join the shoulder of the back with the front shoulder. You understand? Are you getting it? So you are going to join the front shoulder with the back shoulder. So you are going to repeat the same thing for the second back as well, because the back is in pieces. The back is 2 pieces while the front is 1 piece. So we are going to like join the shoulder of the back with the front shoulder. We are not going to turn the neckline of the front because it's a turtleneck and we are using the same fabric, so we don't need to turn anything. So I just use my pin to pin the zip allowance so that front and back can be the same. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to take the body measurement. I'm going to take the bust measurement, the waist measurement. I'm going to take it. But before I proceed, I'm going to take my dart measurements. I haven't taken the dart measurement, so I'm going to take the darts. I'm going to notch the middle of the front. Then I'm going to take the dart. I'm going to take 2-piece darts for the back, then 2-piece darts for the front as well. And this is the down part of the pants. I'm just trying to fold the down part. Just want to fold the down part now. Just put it up. So that is that about that. I'm done with that. The next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to like join the down parts with the half length. I'm going to secure the two together. Yes, I'm going to like sew it together and move to the next step. Then I'm going to join the body. I'm going to like take my body measurements. And now I'll be taking the body measurements now. After I already joined the back and front together. So when I'm done joining the body measurements, then I'm going to use my bias to turn the armhole, since I'm not putting sleeve on the armhole. So I'm going to join I'm going to use bias to turn the armhole. So in case if you don't know how to turn your armhole with a good finishing, this tutorial is for you. And just take your time and wash this place carefully. So after you are done with this, the next thing you're going to do is to take your needle, put your thread in your needle and do a knit. So you're going to this is what we have after joining this with bias. Then you're going to take your needle with your thread and use your end to do a neat finishing on the sleeve. And this is what you will have after sewing everything together. This is what we have. Can you see that? So if today is your first time of watching my YouTube channel, please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel. God bless you. I love you. Bye.